viewers. This is Eteta from Morogoro. My name is Madam Tarimo. I'm teaching chemistry in Form 4 class. The topic of today is pollution, and the subtopic is land pollution. By the end of the lesson, the learners should be able to define the term pollution, mention the types of pollution, define terrestrial pollution, state the causes of terrestrial pollution, give the effects of terrestrial pollution, and give the preventions of land pollution. Now, by starting the introduction, what is the meaning of pollution? Pollution is the introduction of harmful substance into the environment. So any harmful substance which is not necessary to be found in the environment can be called the pollution. Now the environment, what is environment? Environment includes air, water, and living things. So if you have air, you have water, and living things, all of these can make the environment. Now the harmful substances are referred to as pollutants. So any substance which is introduced to the environment and which is harmful, they can be called the pollutants. Now pollutants causes harmful or discomfort to the living organisms and physical objects. So any pollutant which is in the environment can cause which can cause harmful or discomfort to the living organisms. This is not required the environment, and they can be called the pollutants. Pollutants can be chemical substance or energy in the form of sound or noise, heat or light. Now we have types of pollution. We have three types of pollution. The first one is terrestrial or land pollution. The second one is water pollution, and the third is air pollution. Starting with terrestrial or land pollution. Land pollution is the degradation of earth and surface through human activities. So any degradation of the earth, land surface through human activities can be called land or terrestrial pollution. Now we have several causes of land pollution. There are two causes of land pollution, two main causes of land pollution. These are solid waste, can be solid waste, or they can be soil pollution. So you have different wastes which are in solid form, which can be found in the land, but also you have soil pollution also. So these two are the main causes of land pollution. Let us start with the first, which is solid waste. The solid waste which we have are as follows. So you have the following solid waste which can be found in the environment or in the land. We have agriculture. So the solid waste which are coming from agriculture. Waste matters produced by crops, animal manure, and farm residues, and mismanaged materials, they can pollute land. That is one from agriculture. So another one we have from mining. As we know that mining waste in form of abandoned waste rock and tailing can pollute land. So this material in solid form coming from mining can pollute land also. And you have many waste which are coming from mining which can pollute land. Another one is industries. So we have also some materials which are coming from the industries which can pollute land. So we have waste from industries which are in solid, like we have solid fuel like wood, we have coal. I think you know this fuel which are commonly used. They can be used in the industries. We have wood, coal, and others which can pollute land. So these also are the waste coming from the industries which are in solid form and they can pollute land. Another one is nuclear plants. Waste from nuclear reactions, nuclear research project, and nuclear bomb. They can pollute land. So these waste materials from nuclear, like nuclear reaction, nuclear research, and projects like nuclear bombs, which can be produced from this nuclear plant, they can pollute land. But also we have garbage disposals. The garbage disposal. Degradable waste like food, cloth, wood, etc. These are coming from, these are the waste that which are not degradable. We have those degradable like food, cloth, and wood, but also we have other materials which are not degradable like glass, plastic. All of these can pollute land also. They are the pollutant which can pollute land. Now we have example of an area which is highly polluted with some solid materials. So we have this area here. You can see this area is highly polluted with the materials, solid materials from the industries and from maybe home, from different areas in which people have disposed them poorly in the environment, and these have polluted the land highly. And you can see some people who are living here. So this is very dangerous for the life of people who are living around this area. So that picture can show you how polluted area can look like. So you can see. Now let us discuss about soil pollution. The following are some sources of soil pollution in the environment. We have agricultural chemicals such as fertilizer, pesticide, and herbicides. So we have agricultural chemicals which are coming from the agriculture like fertilizer, pesticide, and herbicides. All of these chemicals can pollute soil. So when they are poorly disposed to the environment, they can pollute soil. The other one we have is poor irrigation methods. Poor irrigation methods. These poor irrigation methods can cause leaching of chemicals and minerals in the soil. So if the irrigation system is conducted poorly, this can cause the chemicals and minerals in the soil which are needed for plant growth and other different activities can sink deep down in the soil, and then by the process which is called the leaching. So that can cause soil pollution. Also we have another one which is collected manure which leaches into the nearby land areas. So if there is also collected manure into the nearby areas which are collected poorly, also this one can cause pollution of the soil. But also we have oil spillage. Sometimes you can find in the environment people have poured the oil randomly without any reason. So this also can cause pollution of the soil. Now we have several effects of land pollution. Now you can see the following are the effects of land pollution in the environment. Biodegradable remains for a long time can cause a health threat to people and other living organisms. So those materials and those waste which are biodegradable, but if they remain for a long time in the soil or in the land, this can be a threat to people and other living organisms. Another one is radiation from nuclear waste can cause deformities and cancers. So the radiations, as we know, radiations are harmful. So if they can be formed in the environment without any care, then they can cause deformities and sometimes can cause diseases like cancer. Also, we have another effect, which is land pollution can make the environment to look ugly. The environment which is highly polluted cannot look beautiful. It can be ugly. Also, another effect is decaying waste can attract household pests. We know that if there is a lot of decaying waste in the environment, this can attract pests. And we know pests are very harmful to the life of human being because they can cause diseases. So this can make homes and other places unhealthy, and this led and unpleasant places to reside in. So also this situation of accumulation of waste in the environment, this can cause pests to occur in the environment, and this can be dangerous for the health of living organisms and human beings as well. Another factor is image terrestrial life of living organisms, especially plant. So if there is accumulation of waste in the environment, this can damage the life of plant to the environments. That's why you can find some areas can be desert or can be dry without any rain or without any crop which can grow there because of the damage of the environment. Another one is reduce the amount of land available for useful purpose such as agriculture and settlement. So if there is accumulation of waste in the environment, this can make the land which is available for useful purpose to be reduced. Hence, you will not have the area for agriculture and the settlement of some people also. Now we have several methods which can be used to prevent land pollution. We have seen the effect. Now you can see how can you prevent the land pollution. Now the following are some of the methods that can be used to prevent and control terrestrial pollution. The first one is recycling and the reuse of materials. Now what is recycling? Recycling is the process where the used material can be taken to the industries to manufacture the new ones. So it is just to take the materials which have been used and then send them to the industries to manufacture another materials which can be used again. So waste materials such as metals, glass and plastic should be collected, sorted and reprocessed into usable material instead of discarding them as waste. And you can see nowadays you can find some people moving around the environment collecting the plastic materials or plastic containers which have been used, collecting the usable material made up of metals like iron, aluminium, etc. They are collecting and then they take to the industries to manufacture the new ones. So that process can be used as a process of preventing the land pollution. Also, we have said that it is recycling and the use of material. Another method of preventing the land pollution is reuse. We say that reuse. Packaging materials such as plastic materials or plastic containers can be reused. After you use a certain substance or after you use a certain materials or product which can be kept in a plastic container, then the containers, instead of throw them to the environment, you can use them again. Another method of prevention of land pollution is using biodegradable plastic materials. We should use biodegradable plastic materials which can be decomposed or decayed. When we say biodegradable plastic materials, these are the materials in plastic form which can be decayed or decomposed. For example, we can have biopolymers such as plastic used to make surgical sutures. we can have photodegradable plastic which break down when exposed to light. And also we can have soluble plastic which broken down by water. So these plastic materials can be biodegradable. So you can use them in order when they are thrown to the environment, they can decompose. Another method is using specific dumping sites. By using specific dumping sites, we know that in the environment or in the area we have specific dumping sites. It is not everywhere you can take your waste materials and throw without permission, or you can throw just randomly. No, there is specific dumping sites. So instead of throwing the materials in the environment, then you can throw to the dumping sites. So waste in specific dumping sites are treated by recycling or burning. So in the dumping sites, what they can do is they can make recycling or they can burn. Burning can be done in an incinerator. There is specific equipment for burning the waste material, which is called the incinerator. So the old materials or waste materials, they can be incinerating. Another method of prevention of land pollution is formulation and introduction of policies and laws. So the government should introduce and formulate the policies and the laws which can govern people not to throw the waste materials to the environment randomly. Now laws and regulations should be put to prevent and control land pollution in all venues that contribute land pollution, and this includes discharge and treatment of sewage. 1. 2. Use of agricultural chemicals and fertilizers. 3. Nuclear waste disposals. 4. The use of plastic and related materials. So all of these, the laws should be put down in order to govern these things. But also we have the use of plastic and related materials. Number 5, we have disposal of harmful chemicals and solid waste from the industries. Number 6, we have disposal of urban waste. So this, what I have said before, that the government should introduce the law and the policies to govern those things. But also, to prevent land pollution, you can create awareness to the peoples. Education should be provided. So education to the people should be provided in order to be aware of disposing of waste. And this can be mass education to the people. So this should be done by the government in order the people to be aware how to dispose waste in order to prevent land pollution. Now after this lesson, I have the homework for you in which you can do it by your own when you are at home. And I have 2 questions I prepare for you. The first one is explain the effect of pollution by heavy metals and pesticides in the soil. And the second one is explain the agricultural disadvantages of such polluted soil. So you stay safe at your home and do this question, and next time we shall meet for another lesson. Thank you for your listening.